This is just a almost like a record keeping video, or just for anybody that runs in this video, just to see like what you could do with a space for like a home like mini orchard or so. And backyard is a little bit messy. Kids stay out here a lot, dogs stay out here a lot. Hard to keep clean. So yeah. So this is the O. Henry peach tree. I grafted I think it's the Flavor Delight aprium onto the side here. That's actually taken, so that's good. This had like a nice branch set going on here, but I actually cut it today. Put it down there, a little piece there. I don't think it's gonna make it though. There is another graft down here that it caught too, but I don't know, I mess with it sometimes. You can really see it closely. There's a little bit of green right there. Hard to tell, maybe the sun's too bright. So this one's gonna take the branch for this set here, and then I'll cut away this branch, or actually I'll keep this entire branch. And then there's another bud graft that I set up right here too, that I'm gonna see if it takes, but it seems to take a lot longer if you try to use a bud graft instead. And obviously you kind of shape these to like an open center, cut it down at like my knee height, around knee height, and then waist height, around waist height there, and then shoulder length, which is around here. And then I'm gonna try to do it at like maybe elbow high, and then yay high, and then try to keep it around the 6-foot fence line. Had a branch here today. I think I chopped it up and tried to make clones of the actual Henry peach. But I like this branching here, so I'm gonna let that just continue out this way, since if I continued this way, it would have came more closer to this one, and we would have had problems later on. So yeah, hopefully this one grows up solidly big. It might be a little bit uneven with this thing going on here, and these caught, so I'm not too worried about that. Then I'm not gonna fully strip this branch of the Henry peach, so I'm gonna have it maybe take up most of this, and maybe have like a branch here, because I hear this peach is really good. Haven't had any peaches off of it yet, and it's only maybe in the ground not even a year actually. This is the Niagara grapes. Like I said, I put this in around not even a year yet. These all came in at the same time. I'm trying a thing where it's it's a cane style. There's grapes ready for this year. I'm expecting actual good grapes this year. So I kept the left side to one like cane on each side, because they kind of grow out like two ways. And then this side I'm gonna try to leave it alone a little bit, but I'm still gonna cut the leaves kind of short at around like 5 or 6 leaves, and do the same over here. I'm curious about the size of the grapes after, and how I should go about it after that. So yeah, just doing a little quick test. I have a funny feeling that because if I leave these to like one canes each, there might not be a big difference between leaving 2 over there or not. I think it'll be a difference, but might not be a big difference. That's like min-maxing. And this should be plant number 2 for the garden. I think there's like 22 or so that I have going on. This is a different grapevine that I got from a neighbor. So I'm gonna run that up on this side here, and then intertwine them and just run it back to that side. Since pretty sure it's a nice thick cane right there, Jesus. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna like, fill in this weird gap on the front maybe. Zoom out a little bit, yeah. Built this, by the way, little jank trellis I made. This is the fig. I made a slight mistake. I uncovered it a bit too early. And it died back down a little bit. They always do that, but you can cover it though. I have a bud here from the fig. Let's see, bud here. A little bit of stuff going on down here. A little bud, it's gonna come back. I already scraped it, it's green. I only got maybe about 3 figs off it last year, but I expect it to be pretty big later on when it truly starts getting hot. And of course the vine to come back and should fill in that spot. So that's number 3. Got a little vermicompost going on there. Trying to get some sugarcane going there. Got some cantaloupes, tomatoes, tiger squash, pumpkins, stuff like that in here. Getting ready. This is a quick look on the carnivorous plant section. I gotta repot these. This is a yellow, it was a yellow lawn neck fig. Yeah, these are pretty tiny, but I still count them as part of the 20 something. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other vine 5 so far. There is another vine over here. I'm not sure if I even should. No, I shouldn't count it towards the 20 something because I think it's the same as the one I got from the neighbor over there. So I won't count that one. So it's still 5. There's another different grapevine over here, like a normal Concord one that I'm trying. This is the one that I was testing earlier on when I was starting out. Thinking about letting it go across the garage here and hang down. It gets morning sun. So, you know, it's no big deal. I'm not super into that. And then for this one to go across this weird trellis here, you know, it's just a little extra grape or whatever. Geez, I must have said like 50 times by now. Oh, Skelly, you always need those. Jesus, I said it again. Back here was crazy when I first started back here. It was just, I'm gonna stop saying that, Jesus. It was like full of weeds. And just like, it was just pretty much uninhabitable. This is a one-take shot, so I'm not even gonna edit anything into it. Because I do have a picture of what it looked like before. This peach has been in here, I want to say it's going to be pushing 2 years now, actually. So it's only dropped the leaves twice. And now it's just coming up out of its, coming up out of that mode there. Squeeze by. Has peaches. Didn't get peaches on it last year. That was the first time it ever tried to do peaches. This is the second year it ever tried. So it's probably going to get to 2 years this year. There's a lot of little peaches on there. I still have to thin them out later and all that. And, you know, that's always slightly heartbreaking, but it's good for the tree. It's good because, you know, less stress on it and stuff like that. They're a lot, even just like beginner sizes, they're a lot bigger already than what they should be. You know, so that's good. And this is Michigan, by the way, zone like 6B or something, 6A, whatever you want to call it. And then I have this OCD of like picking these off sometimes. I risk peeling off a peach, but since I'm gonna thin them anyways, it's not really that big a deal, and the blossom's already almost off. Oh, also, I think we're getting into some other grafts here. So I put another chip bud aprium on this branch, chip bud aprium on here, and another chip on here. Like I said, it takes forever. There is a chip, not even a chip, there's a little branch for the aprium here, and as you can see, it's a little greener back here, so it caught. And if you look really closely, it's a little harder to see on this one, but there is a red baron actually grafted to this one. I didn't fully think this one through, and you know, it has let the plane pass. It has really nice blossoms that are like deep red or whatever, so I always like that. And then this is what the process looks like for when the graft takes. It has like the calluses build up inside of the cut, and it merges to the stick, or you know the branch or whatever you put on there. And let me just check. Yeah, it's caught, of course. There's a little bit of green. That's usually good enough. It's a little bit slower than the other pieces. I'm not sure if it's because it's still attached to this massive branch right here. It's still attached to this entire branch. Usually some people cut it off, cut it all the way back down to where the graft is, which I've done that on some of the ones, like that one over there, and you can see that those take off a little bit better. But yeah, I didn't do it on this side because I'm a little greedy. I still want to see the peaches a little bit, you know, even though I'm still gonna have to thin them all, but you know, still. So there's the aprium and there's the red baron over there, and this is a lot easier example over here to see. the red baron actually caught, which I noticed the baron took a lot longer to take. So there's a little bit of green right in there. I don't know if it's easier to tell. And if you notice, this is poking out a little bit. So on the update videos, you should see that poke all the way out. Yep. And 2 other barons on here. So a variety of 3 different ones on this tree. So it's gonna be sick next year when everything grows into itself and it has the blossoms all different colors. This is the last patch. This is the one that I took the what do you call it? The chip buds from, and I took the branch and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna graft that anyways. And I left 2 buds on it, so it's like I got all the buds off of them. And then I grafted it, and if you look closely there, you can kind of see it. I just, caught anyway. So I got basically 5 for the price of 1. But like I said, if this one takes right here, all this is gone. I'm taking all this. So instead of I could have possibly risked, getting no peaches or whatever, and just cut this and just lose all this. I'd probably lose probably like maybe 40 peaches right here. I'll probably cut them down to maybe 20 or so, somewhere close down there. But still, I want some peaches, man. Never got no peaches off this tree. So for the first year, see my little OCD of like ripping that off when I see it. Bad. Yeah. So yeah, and then 3 different varieties of blueberries here. They're hard as hell to grow, dude. They barely grow. The only reason I'm even getting blueberries off of this one is because there's just one from Home Depot I got literally this year. So I'll actually get blueberries, and I can say I got blueberries from my backyard. I went around this before, and blueberry actually gave me blueberries, but it died. That's at the old house. So I'm trying it again with 3. The soil is as acidified as I can possibly get it on a normal basis, like soil acidifiers, but you got to do it over time. And I've talked to some pros, and they're just like, hey, if it's growing, just leave it alone. So I'm like, okay, cool. If it's growing, you're doing good, and it's no big deal. So yeah, there's 3 of them. Never gotten any blueberries off both of those, but just the pruning, the root system is still growing. That's all you really want. You don't have to worry about production or anything like that. You probably won't get any blueberries off these. Low-key, I should pull the blueberries off of this big one here, but a little bit of greedy. So yeah. I was really just building the root system for these 2. Since I'm basically gonna have other fruit trees, this is the strawberry patch I'm working on. It's still pretty good. Some of these leaves are like close to 10 inches high, dude. Like this one here, this one that I'm pointing at is stupid high, dude. Like, look at my shoes. Like, that's a size like 10 croc. That's a size 10 croc, dude, from ground to... And that thing is like basically almost as tall as it or taller than it. And this is the yellow raspberries. It's gonna go crazy. It snuck a runner all the way over here, by the way, which I had no idea. From all the way over here, there's cardboard underneath this entire black mulch, and then I mulched it. Took a little while, but got it. And these are already getting ready to pop out yellow raspberries already, so that's good. I'm gonna take those to work, save me some bucks. Yeah, so save some bucks there and get some yellow raspberries, blah, blah, blah. And then you get the Pinaches coming up for this year, which you'll get raspberries with later on in the year. And this is just an early batch. One time a mantis was on one of these, man. Scared the shit out of me. Black one from the neighbors. Didn't think it was going to be ready that quick, but apparently they give you blackberries, raspberries that quick. Which, just get you a couple leaves and then boom. So yeah, and then you got the one for later. So that's gonna be good. And got this one from the Home Depot haul again, since I wasn't sure if this one was gonna grow up. Got another, little Boyne or whatever. It's cool. I've heard about this one before when I was researching beforehand a little while ago. Then this one's from just the local area. Then we have the Burbank plum tree. It has a red baron grafted to it right here, and this one's clearly taken, obviously. Right there with the green, and so that's gonna give me some deep red blossoms on top of white blossoms. And I might save this branch still. I don't know if I want an entire branch of red baron. I'll see about it, because then this branch is gonna come out and go this way. I might just do that, let this one go this way, keep this one going that way, because I only have one Burbank plum. And if I already gave up a branch for it, then technically I would only have like 3 branches for Burbank, you know? And yeah, keep this right above the fence line. Got this one last year too, of course, and it grew this much. It basically looked like this when I first bought it. And this was the trunk, and that was it. And it's growing. It's got some plums on it. It's ready. It's getting ready to do its thing, like up there and stuff like that. It's all around it. I have to run a little theory to see what's the proper pruning for the plums, to see if I can just leave, let's say, 2 on each bud. Like, you see how there's 3 right here? I'll just pop 1 off, and 2 should give you a good size. Or I leave it alone and you get the same size. You know what I mean? Oh, this is the Shiro side that I wanted to take to Shiro. Took this one out a little early, so it kind of got like shocked a little bit, but I think it'll still work. Got a little big plum there, kind of. I remember there was one here that I kept seeing. I think it's right here. Look at this one. Woo, big boy. Big iron. Yeah. I can't wait to see that. And another Shiro here. Grafted. I think it's working too, actually. I don't remember. It's definitely healing down at the graft, but I don't remember. I think I had to make a hole in it today because I saw a little bit of mold from something that I crushed off a piece of the leaf from something in there earlier. And I was just like, uh-oh. Let me get that out of there early. So that's going to be cool. So yellow plums, dark purple plums, and a random peach for no reason. 2 varieties. And then back to this one, the baby child. God, wish I could just prune this right here and just keep this branch going that way. That would be nice. I'll probably eventually do that. I'm not sure. Not sure if I like it this high yet. It'll be nice to really just yank this right here and just, I don't know. I'll see. I might not though, honestly, because it's just pretty narrow right here. You know, it's really narrow. Wish it got more down angle like this one is. I could probably do the same here too, so maybe if one of these grow out good, or, you know, I don't know. It's a little high. It might be the same height as this one, not sure. But it's whatever. It's a backyard, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm growing for a fucking trophy. This one has the nectaplum. I broke one of these buds a little while ago, but I think I have no clue if any one of these caught or not. No clue. Hard to say. There's just so much of a tape job in here, dude. I have no clue anymore. The angles were so trash that I had to get. The bark was just odd. Like, the bark just kind of like melted in on itself. Yeah, but I think one of them caught. I'm not sure. Hard to say. Hard to say. It's a fucking botch job, low key. But whatever. Hopefully something catches. If not, I'll have to buy some more nectarine thingies and try to graft again. I don't know. I think one of them will catch. It's fine. There's some on the back side too. Shit, it's awful. There's one more here, which probably will catch, actually. Putting a chip bud here, chip bud here, which these usually heal. Fuck no, it's not. There is the fucking plastic's not right here. That's not good. So every little moisture right there is gone. Great. Good. Yeah, great. That's fantastic. Yeah, this tree needs a lot of work, dude. I like the opening here. I'm not sure if I like it this high, and it's pretty vertical. I don't know if I like that. You know, yeah. I think eventually I will snip this one right here. This is a good angle to bop it by. I could probably do it this year before all this starts to use the energy to grow into itself. I can just kind of just have this to work with. I don't know though. I have to kind of see how I feel. Because at the time I kind of knocked this one and it felt good, but I don't know. Knocking that one. Open up this. Open up this. Open up that one. Open up down here a little bit. So I don't know. I might do it. Starting to hate how it looks now because I said that. It's just so vertical right there, man. I might do it. I don't want to do it now, though. Jesus. Demons are talking to me. Anyways, but this, though, this is Santa Rosa, like I said. Might be a weeping, not sure. Because I saw some branches that loves going straight down. The Shiro graft took perfectly. You know, perfectly. Got another one here that's caught. This one, I don't remember if it caught or not. I remember it catching earlier, and I must have messed with it. And then it died back a little bit. But it'll catch. Actually, matter of fact, it did catch right there. So, yeah. This one likes to grow super vertical, too. So, eventually, hopefully, this one can take over and go this way. This one can go this way. I've kind of tried to grow it so that it goes this way out. But, I don't know. I might take, like, a branch like this and chop it there again. Like, what I'm going to do to this thing in maybe a couple seconds. That's a hardish cut, though, for this guy, man. I'm never that brutal with this thing. I might need to, though, man. Like right now. Because I thought I liked the way this looked, but now that I'm seeing this branch underneath it, man, I don't know, dude. I might just do it. You know what? It's healthier for the tree, so yeah, I am going to do it. Right now, we'll do it live. So, what you're going to want is your rubbing alcohol, and then you're going to want a sharp, well sharpened. That's a pretty big branch. So you're gonna want some nice sharp loppers, like this guy here. So what you do is, my little shortcut to the garden. I gotta finish the fencing for this. I just do one pallet, dude, and I'm in there. Take a slight dab. I just use my fingers. I just wipe the edges. Ooh, it's sharpened. Wipe the edges. And then you can kind of just, let's see, put it right there.